We just don't stay here. We're always looking outside of our boundaries to improve our community as a whole. Neighborhood Bridges, Children's Theater Company in Minneapolis. It's critical literacy. It not only builds their thinking skills and their reading skills, it builds how they relate to each other. It's a communications program.
Gives time for us to work through those issues, relationships, and talking about, pretty much giving an hour and a half of time to work through issues through stories. So even though it's not their story, they're able to attribute some of the characteristics or characters in the stories to themselves, so it's easier for them to talk about. Compared to some of the stories that we teach them, it's a lot of nonfiction, a lot of true life stories where these stories are kind of made up, so they're more able to share their feelings and what they think should happen because it's not really about them. And a lot of times we don't have that kind of time in class. Our curriculum is very structured as to what we need to cover.
You go to your best friend Kat, Malachi, and you say, look what I am.
It's able to allow them to be more creative with what they learn instead of just answering multiple choice questions. They're allowed to be creative in their thinking, in their writing, which usually in our curriculum we don't have time to do.
And Kat is very happy for her friend dog. She's very proud of her friend dog. Good job. Very good.
And just being able to express themselves and continue learning and thinking through things that they learn from Bridges.
What was all the mouse's fault?
You think it was the mouse?
Even some of the stories and the way that we present the stories and the questions also helps with some of their anger issues, learning not to use violence to work things out.
Who thinks it was the dog's fault?
I don't think it's the mouse's fault.
Somebody else. But Chandra, what?
But the cat place doesn't know you could keep yourself, just in case that's
Oh, the cat, because maybe the cat didn't trust herself with it?
Probably it was the cat's fault and the mouse's fault because the cat she was so confident.
Some of the things that it's helped with is the dynamics of the groups. They don't get to pick what group they're in. They're placed in a group and they're never switched. So they have to learn how to deal with each other. They have to learn how to deal with all the different personalities that are in their group, which is one of the biggest things. The kids definitely were not used to the structure of it, especially not creative writing, because we do not do any creative writing. And so for them to sit and make something up really stretched them. A lot of them had 2 sentences where now they have full pages. 2 kids having to go and they did not want to go. And one girl, don't make me talk in front of people, and she shared. And then the next week, her hand was the first one to go up to share.
It was filthy and black. One little baby tiger decided to...
Talked about previously, can't really even write, but with enough support of trying to give him enough phonics, kind of got up, instead of reading what he wrote, we said, okay, so then what happened? So he was able, from his own creation, be able to come up with this great story, and everybody was so impressed with his story that, kind of changed his idea of himself, his confidence level, that he could create these things even though he couldn't necessarily write them all down.
Just much, guys, bird, huh? You just much? Come on, wait, tough. We 20 win. What? What, son? I can fly. What?
I think that with all the bells and whistles that I can give the kids using 21st century technology, nothing touched them like this experience did.